Here's the MLBbro TV show, the best from MLBbro.com with Rob Parker. Let's go.
Sponsored by Hidden Soul. For the most exclusive kicks on the planet, go to hiddensoul.com. Welcome to the weekend. There were so many great stories on MLBbro.com this past week. In case you missed some, we'll take a look back. Let's start here. On Black in the Day, Mark Gray takes a look at Larry Doby, the first black player in the American League.
Cleveland's Larry Doby was the second black American to cross baseball's white lines and became the first to make its starting lineup in the American League on July 5th, 1947. Less than 4 months after Jackie Robinson's major league debut, Cleveland's innovative owner Bill Veeck signed Doby, who would become the first black player in the American League and would ultimately become the game's second black manager just over 3 decades later. A Negro League veteran who played with the Newark Eagles, Doby played at an all-star level despite suffering the same indignities as Robinson, but his struggles didn't get the media attention that Robinson's did. But just like his more celebrated Dodgers counterpart, Doby was forced to stay in separate hotels, eat in separate restaurants on the road, jeered by racist fans, and wasn't fully accepted by some of his teammates, but nonetheless, Doby persevered.
On My 2 Cents, Rachel Hill chimes in on the feud between Amir Garrett and Javi Baez.
This is Rachel Hill with MLBbro.com, and I'm giving you my 2 cents on Kansas City reliever Amir Garrett. Kansas City reliever Amir Garrett has a beef with Javier Baez, and no, they are not in the same fantasy football league, and luckily at this time, no one has been slapped. But they are mixing things up, and it goes back to May of 2019 when Baez didn't approve of Garrett's strikeout celebration. Baez then with the Chicago Cubs and Garrett with the Cincinnati Reds jawed at each other and had to be separated. In May of 2021, Baez jumped out of the Cubs dugout and walked towards the mound to defend his teammates. Garrett had shouted at the Cubs, this time after striking out Anthony Rizzo. Benches and bullpens cleared. July 2021, Garrett did an on-field broom sweeping celebration after the Reds swept the Cubs. On Saturday, Garrett celebrated by throwing his hands in the air and asking for attention after striking out Riley Green to further fuel the flames. They haven't faced each other recently because Garrett says Baez hasn't asked for it. Baez is 4 for 8 with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts in his career against Garrett. The Baez-Garrett rivalry will be one to watch with both players in the American League Central now.
This week's homeboy was Texas Rangers second baseman Marcus Semien, who accepted his MLBbro Player of the Year award for 2021. On Sunday at Citi Field in New York before the Rangers took on the Mets, Semien was finally recognized for his unbelievable 2021 season when he set a major league record for a single season, hitting 45 home runs by a second baseman. Rob Parker from MLBbro.com. Marcus Semien, congratulations on being the first ever MLBbro Player of the Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you to MLBbro, Rob, all the guys. Last year was a fun year. Let's try and do it again sometime, and appreciate all the support.
Marcus Semien has both been professional and helpful in dealing with MLBbro.com. Last year with the Blue Jays, he won a Gold Glove and set a home run record by second baseman with 45 bombs. That's why he won the Player of the Year award for 2021, and that's why Marcus Semien is this week's homeboy. On Debatable with Mark and Manny, they discuss if Aaron Judge will be caught in the American League MVP race.
I've been getting a lot of pushback for my Aaron Judge take, giving him the MVP a week ago, and I don't think anybody can catch him. But here comes Jordan Alvarez. And Houston's going to have an easier road down the stretch. So the question becomes, did we give AL MVP away too fast? Is Aaron Judge the odds-on favorite still to be AL MVP?
I mean, listen, if you were a betting man right now, I would say you give it to Aaron Judge. I think he's the leader of the pack, but don't look now. Yordan Alvarez is coming. I mean, if you look at the stats, Yordan Alvarez has just as good of stats as Aaron Judge right now. I think Aaron Judge has still done more right now, but we all know it's a marathon, not a sprint. So Yordan might be coming for that MVP trophy.
Well, one thing about it, Aaron Judge has jumped off and buoyed this 14 or 13 game lead over the Red Sox that we have at the moment that we're recording this very program. However, to your point, myriad of things could happen between now and the end of the season. You're talking about maybe not even injuries, a tired bat.
A bro you need to know is former catcher Charles Johnson, one of the best defensively we've ever seen. Charles Johnson broke in with the Florida Marlins in 1994. He also played for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Baltimore Orioles, Chicago White Sox. He went back to the Marlins, then the Colorado Rockies, and he finished his career in 2005 with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. But it was in Miami with the Marlins where Johnson made his name behind the plate. He was a two-time All-Star. He won 4 Gold Gloves with the Marlins behind the dish, and he also helped the Marlins win their World Series in 1997, and is only one of 3 catchers in Major League history to catch at least 100 games in a single season without committing an error. In 2001, Johnson was traded back to the Marlins where he hit .285 with 16 home runs and earned his second All-Star berth. In all, Johnson would wind up batting .245 for his career with 167 home runs, 570 RBI. Johnson helped the Florida Marlins win a World Series in 1997. That's why Charles Johnson is a bro you need to know. That's our show for this week. I'm Rob Parker. We'll see you again next weekend. And all week long, check in on MLBbro.com for the best coverage of black and brown Major League.